It's been a while since I posted something about my game, Terrified, and since then we somehow hit 5,000 subs, which is just insane. Back to Terrified though, last episode we added new hands, new colorful weapons, and NPCs. Now they work. But I also put out a playtest for you guys, and to sum up your feedback, the map sucked, the enemies sucked, and the NPCs sucked. But I'd already removed them from the build, so they couldn't even suck if they wanted to. So, this episode, we're adding a bunch of stuff. New enemies, changing the look of the game, and a little announcement at the end of the video. Basically, I need to overhaul a lot of things, and what better way to start overhauling my game than... First, I added reloading and ammo to the weapons, which in and of itself isn't very hard, but it is one of the biggest things people have complained about. You could literally just keep shooting your gun forever. The reloading is tied to the guns themselves, so if you drop it, pick it back up, it keeps reloading automatically. I also added a slight knockback to some weapons, so you really get that oomph by shooting a big ass gun, instead of just standing completely still. Now, just so we're on the same page, these weapons aren't going to stay. They are just here temporarily until I figure out the gameplay. And only then I'm gonna start adding food weapons, like you saw in the first devlog. But I really can't live with 3 guns looking the same. So I added some of my older models. This Glock for the burst pistol, and this MAC-10 for the SMG, instead of these knockoff pistols. Along with the new models, I also added a new gun, the sniper. Did anyone ask for this? No. Is it a viable weapon? Also no. Is it cool as hell? Absolutely. But we also do need something to use these guns on. Which brings me to... So far, the only enemies we've had were these gnome guys walking around. Not really doing much other than running towards you and trying to hit you. And just like the weapons, the gnomes are also temporary. Until now, let me present Bok Choy and Flying Burger. Now, what makes these enemies so different from the old gnomes? Well, the Bok Choy, totally not based on another character, is a more mid to late game enemy, and when you try to shoot it... Whoa! Did you see that? Let's get a quick replay there. When getting hit, the Bok Choy will dash to either side, trying to dodge the bullets. Whoa. Obviously this doesn't happen every time you shoot it, it's on a cooldown, but it's still pretty cool. Or the Flying Burger. It's a flying burger. What more do I have to say, like, come on. Other things like unique silhouettes for each enemy are also very important to me, so you can more quickly figure out which enemy it is. That is also the reason why the Bok Choy didn't start out by looking like this. It actually looked like this to begin with. This was mainly just in case the enemy didn't really work out, but also so I could find a unique silhouette with the 2 arms being used as legs. Some other things I added around this time. A pause menu, fully kitted out with a new setting screen and all. Yeah, crazy I didn't have that in the game yet. I also made the guns have their own FOV, aka they now use a second camera. Why? Well, I really disliked how the game would look when you went full FOV. Like, it's just... And now, with the weapons always being shown on top of everything else at a locked FOV, it looks a lot better now. Everything up until this point was made between July 11th and August 23rd. Then the Brackies GameJam happened, which I somewhat participated in. Anyways, I took a month off Terrified to work on the GameJam and the video for that. Even though this technically set back the project a month, it really saved me from burnout. Around this time I was just so invested in working on Terrified. The whole time I was working on it, especially while editing the video, I just kept thinking about Terrified, like a curse or something. So when the jam ended, I didn't even take a break. I just jumped straight back in. Most of the stuff I fixed so far came from your feedback. The reloading, the pause menu, the enemies. But now, let's talk about something I genuinely hate about the game. The visuals. Previous versions of Terrified were bright and colorful, sure, but this one? Dull, grey, a prison. And that doesn't really fit a game where you shoot food with food. So, I think it's time for a change. Before, I used the same toon shader for everything. It wasn't ugly, but everything blended together, making it harder to spot enemies or items. So now, I'm using a different shader for the environment, so items and enemies stand out more. Lighting got an overhaul too. Before, I had two main lights, which was also why it didn't look very good, and the weapons were always very lit up. Except for when you looked into the sky. Yeah. But now, it's just one light. Softer shadows, and I also use a lighter skybox to keep the shadows from being too dark. Even with the depth textures, it already looks a lot sharper and fits the theme way better. And since we can't show off these new shaders, lighting and skybox on the old shitty depressing map, you know what that means. Map making montage. Now, compared to the old map, I actually didn't do any planning beforehand, other than me wanting to make a kind of medieval themed map. So I just freestyled, which you can also see as I am using retextured bushes for this cave here. Now, the map might be a bit big right now, but I will have to test out the map later once I get more of the gameplay set in stone to actually figure out if the map plays well. And to get the gameplay absolutely right, we need to do a bit of grilling. Now, what do I mean by grilling? Well, in CoD Zombies, there's a thing called Pack-a-Punch, which is basically just a thing used to upgrade your gun. Well, I'm going to add something like that, but instead of it being this weird looking thing, it's a grill, because you're literally grilling your gun, and your gun is food, so yeah. I hope. Anyways, just walk right up to the griller gun, put your weapon in it, it does a smooth animation, and boom, upgraded weapon. Oh, yeah, okay. I might need to add a thing or two to actually show that you upgraded your gun. Aha, now the weapon is powerful and looks powerful too. By the way, upgrading your gun just means that it will shoot faster, deal more damage, and reload faster. For now. In the future, I plan to have weapons actually do different things when they get upgraded, but that's for another time. Back to the video. This isn't some complex shader, by the way. It's literally just the shader I use for the clouds. But I don't really think it matters since it still looks awesome in my book. Although, I feel like there's something missing here. The gun is powerful, it looks powerful, it sounds powerful. Oh wait, you probably haven't noticed it yet, but there's no sound in the game. Like at all. I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna go over most of the sounds I added. Why? Well, basically, every sound followed the same 3-step process. Step 1. Find what didn't have a sound yet. Step 2. Use older sounds or my voice to make sounds. Step 3. Add sounds to the game and make a post in my Discord server about it. Now, some sounds were easier to add than others, like the NPCs. Maybe try and listen to some of the other sounds. Wait. Can we get a quick replay there? What is that? Oh. No, fuck, not this shit again. Remember that tomato guy from last video? Yeah, I finally added him as an enemy. Don't ask me why there's such a big gap in between adding enemies. Better late than never, I guess. Although, after finishing all the enemies, you know, we got the flying burger, the bok choy, and the new tomato, my Discord server didn't actually like the idea of the tomato being the basic fodder enemy. And by fodder enemies, I mean something like the basic zombie and Plants vs Zombies, for example. Why do they feel that way, you may ask? Well, when the tomato walks up to you, it just straight up explodes. Yeah, that's not exactly what I call balanced. So I quickly opened Blender and made this little hot dog guy instead. It's basically the tomato, but instead of suicide bombing you, it just attacks the player normally. So kinda like an upgrade of the grooms from the start. And trust me, we will get back to this hot dog. But for now, we need to focus on a different problem. These enemies are great and all, but to shoot them, you need ammo. So what happens when you run out? Boom! An ammo dispensing vending machine. Walk right up to it, pay half the price of your weapons cost, and boom, full ammo refill. All made with a brand new vending machine model. I basically just took the grill, changed the model around, and just made it refill your gun's ammo with this smooth animation too. I placed a couple around the map in open areas so you can't just camp them. That being near this cave here, and over here by this quarry thing. And to be honest, I think it fits pretty nicely with the gameplay loop so far. Wait, what? Huh? What is it? Holy sh... what the fuck? So, after extensive professional testing, I came to the conclusion that this part of the map just doesn't work at all. It's just too enclosed and linear with these smaller islands here. And the city part, it just looks bad and doesn't fit the medieval theme at all. But after cutting off those parts of the map, it's just too small now, with only having these two main routes. So, what do you think I should do? Give your answer down in the comment. Oh, I already showed it, huh? Behind everyone's back, I secretly added a whole part of the map that has to be unlocked using the NPCs. No, not those. These NPCs will help you in a quest of sorts. It's basically just a glorified fetch quest, but once you complete it, this big ass ship looking thing will pop out of the water with the grill ready to be used. So this also ensures you can't just upgrade your weapon from the start. Now, I didn't cover this, but before the GameJam, I had upgraded the NPCs a bit and changed them around so they could accept items and then give you an item in exchange, like a gun or something. But here I decided I didn't want to use it and just went with this machine building thing instead. You know, I have to get this playtest out at some point, right? Huh? I give you 10 days to complete the game for the playtest. Bro, I only have a little over 2 weeks then, and most systems aren't even complete yet. That's a lot of fixes for just one guy who barely even knows what he's doing. Ah, fuck it. So after even more professional testing, adding shit, and then testing again, I am proud to present new cool features such as you can actually see the name of the weapon you're trying to buy now. Smoke will now pop up every time you buy a door and you can go through them instantly. The enemies will actually get more fried each round, which means they will get faster, tankier and meaner. Oh, and the whole upgrading system, way cleaner now. Every upgrade was literally just a new gun. Like, I sat there manually doing this shit. But now, it just swaps a model and boosts the stats. Way smarter. Points got fixed too. No more weird 30 points for hitting an elbow type shit. It's now 5 points for body shots, 10 for weak spots, 25 for normal kills, and 75 for weak point kills. Boom, clean and simple. Anyway, these are just a few of the changes. You can see the rest flying by on the screen right now. There's just too many things to mention. And after all that testing and tweaking, the game's in a much better spot and ready for a Discord playtest. Oh, that must be the playtesters. The game is too hard. Must be a skill issue. What? Another skill issue? What? Okay. Let me just check what they're talking about. What? I don't really see any problems. What was that? Oh no. Note to self, don't test your game so much it turns easy for you, but hell for everyone else. Jokes aside, yeah, the game was way too hard. My friend couldn't even get past the first few rounds. All because of this little fucking hot dog. They just made the game impossible. But because I had tested the game so much, it had become normal to me, so I thought the game was balanced. But it was not. And there was no way I could have seen that coming. So I fixed some stuff, made the player faster, enemies weaker, tweaked a bunch of things you can see on screen again. And some people still think the game is too hard and are spreading dangerous misinformation, which was kindly sent to me in a feedback form that playtesters could fill out. And as of writing this, only 9 people have answered. There's 172 people in my fucking... So if you want to help shape the game, or just fucking roast me for these damn hot dogs, the link is in the description. Anyway, that's everything I've added to Terrified over the past few months. Remember to subscribe, like, see you soon. Or later. Who knows. Oh, and just a little thing before you go. The announcement. Basically, I'm making a racing game for the next video, and I want you guys to help shape it. To, you know, celebrate 5,000 subs. There should be a Google form in the description. You can put in your name and then send me your ideas. Weird, normal, anything. Then in like a week or two, I'll pick 5 of them at random and then build a game around those. Very original, I know. Why do you need to input your name? Well, 1, so I know whose idea it is. And 2, well, you will have to watch the video to find out. Should be fun. You know, go wild. Yeah, link is in the description. The video is actually over now, so yeah,